Okay, so it wasn't set up to record. That's weird. Let me go back.
It says recording.
Yeah, I just set up the recording. Whoever just talked, you need to be muted. Everyone should be muted in this meeting automatically. There's something with the meeting settings, maybe, because everything seems to be askew. I normally set it to mute everybody, record automatically. Yeah, it's all set up that way. Okay. All right. The other thing I was going to do real quick is make sure that hang on one second. Okay, so what I was going to do real quick is to send out a quick meeting reminder to everybody. I'm not sure if it's going to be worth it at this point. We'll start in a few minutes. 6:04. I probably will start maybe around 6:10. I'm going to chat a little bit about some things. Go look at the Bitcoin market a little bit. Just sorting my thread. Another thing I learned today is you can actually, this is like terrible, but this is how I run most of my businesses is in Messenger, and you can sort by unread, and then I go back to all threads to get to the top. Computer's moving a little bit slow tonight, which is typical. I'm plugged right into the internet cable, so I shouldn't be moving that slow. It's just my computer seems to be really thinking in the background for some reason. Yeah, I think quite a few people. I think we had about 130 registered, which is the highest registration we've had so far. Almost 1,000 members, but we only have about 65 that are in the meeting right now. So I'm not sure where the other 950 are. Maybe, out partying or getting home from work and totally forgot that there's even a meeting. So let me just do this real quick. Welcome to my life. When I post into chat, I'm on a pretty fast internet, but you can see I have 5 chats to post into because I have 1,000 members. So I just posted the registration into 1, and I have to go to 2. You can see the lag at this point. I've already clicked on 2, and it's still lagging. So I bought this computer just recently, and I should have bought a faster computer. Oh well, maybe a Christmas present for me. Believe it or not, it's still waiting to go to the second chat. So when I post the cycles, I try to post into the chat, obviously, to announce it to the whole team. And wow, there it is. That only took about a minute to get to just the second chat. Still can't type into it. It's lagging. Sorry, I just bear with me. We'll start the meeting here shortly. Bitcoin X4 is rocking and rolling. Gosh, over 1,100 members now. Lots of cycling happening today. Sent out a few $1,000s in Bitcoin instant to our members. And I don't know if I want to even go through this whole process of trying to post. It looks like my computer's loaded whatever it was trying to load, maybe. Wishful thinking. I do have a fair amount of windows open because I was been so busy updating boards that I didn't close out that many windows, and I don't want to close them out because there's active boards I don't want to close out so I can edit them. So bear with me. In the meantime, while we wait, let me go to Coinbase. Coinbase has also been a little bit funny. I don't know if it's my computer or what, but it takes like a minute or 2 minutes for the charts to load. Maybe it's my computer. My computer has issues. It's a pretty new computer too. It's just frustrating. So we'll be starting here shortly. Make sure you're muted. I just heard someone just talk or make a noise. I mute you the first time, and then I may mute you the second time, or I may just boot you. We really don't want background noise. It just distracts everybody. I'm just now going through and making sure that we get a few more people that don't even know the meeting is happening to actually register. As soon as you register right now, you pop right into the meeting. So bear with me. My computer is crawling. I think what happens also is my son, he plays Counter-Strike. He's a college graduate in computer gaming, so it's not like he plays Counter-Strike and has no job and no existence. That's his industry, but he sucks almost all the data and the internet traffic. So when I'm trying to do stuff, I can't. Or the data is very, very lagging. All right, so I'm just going to post this one more time. Actually, one more chat after this one. I have 5 chats, over 1,000 members, 250 a chat, so you got to have 5 chats running. Most of the members that are on here know that and live the love, live the experience of that. Really amazing growth that we've had. So let me, last chat, it only took 4 minutes, a minute per chat. So, just want to make sure everyone at least sees it. So that way they don't have, and then I'm recording it, so I'll post it, but it's always better to be kind of part of the live meeting. If you're not doing anything, you're not out to dinner or watching basketball. Very much on tonight, Tuesday night. Yeah, hopefully the meeting will go this slow, but I can't even get into that chat right now. So let me go back over to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been pretty healthy, folks. Count your lucky stars. Up $1,000 this week. Today we've had some adjustments. You can see here it's still a very healthy chart. It actually looks like it's going to go up creek here. The last hour, actually, there it is. We've gained at 60 already. Let me go back out here, trying to get to chat 5. And then I usually will look at Ethereum, holding a little Ethereum. It's looking pretty good. Today it was lost a little bit, but it's a pretty healthy chart. And Litecoin's looking very good. So we'll start the meeting here shortly. Yeah, boy, pretty amazing how Messenger, let's do the old close Messenger out. And I'm going to close. Yeah, Messenger was sucking up so much data, it was not even funny. I don't even want to look at my computer data right now. Can close this out. And then we reboot Facebook. Looks like it's moving a little better. So bear with me here. Meeting should be starting shortly. Got about 90 participants. Appreciate everyone spending a few minutes with us tonight. I'm going to try to post this last reminder in the last chat. I just did 4. I want to go to number 5, and then we can get started. There's number 5 right there. Oops, I had it. It's another way around the slowness is to go to this little drop down. 99 plus messages. There's my life. Anyone that hasn't heard from me yet, you will. Hang in there. Just trying to get to this last thing here to copy and paste this in. Paste. Done. Okay. Let me stop the share. All right. Rock and roll, baby. Cheers. I got my wife got me this new Gordon beer mug, and it actually has Blue Moon in it. Happy Tuesday. Happy Bitcoin Tuesday. Lots of things going on. Considering it's Thanksgiving week in the States, not sure how the whole other world deals with Thanksgiving, but it looks like Vincent just wished me a happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Vincent, as well. Vincent Dunn has done an amazing job. Gosh, he's probably brought in 12, 14, 15 people. And what I was going to say is over here in the chat, maybe just start typing in some of the things you're really thankful for, right? And what I think the being grateful is one of the most powerful emotions. Really gets you to a place of peace, and then it gets you to a place of being prepared to help people, and getting out of me. And then also, if you're over in the chat, try to post some testimonies. Lots of Bitcoin flowing lately. Okay, let's see here. So let's see. All right, let's get started, folks. For those first time, welcome. I'll get right into the presentation and introduce myself. I was updating this because I had some things going on today where I use part of the slide deck is to update. Let me make sure that we have, hold on one second. I'm disabling anyone that has the ability to write on my presentation. Kindergarten class is over now. All right, welcome to the Unified Bitcoin Team's Bitcoin X4 presentation. Obviously, you're here, you're either a member, you're thinking about becoming a member. Bitcoin X4 system really is and applies market-proven methods of crowdfunding along with the power of Bitcoin and team leverage. So it incorporates donations, member-to-member, instant Bitcoin payments. Team system leverage is really a matrix, very simple 2x2 board system matrix that turns a small amount of Bitcoin into a larger amount of Bitcoin in a short period of time. Let me, unfortunately, have to go back out and which I thought I already did. Now I have to again. Let me, so anyone not on mute? Who's not muted? Where is the, sorry guys. I love sucking up everyone's time for people that can't mute. Okay, let me minimize that. It looks like they have muted themselves, so I appreciate your guys' patience. I want to make sure that we don't have any background noise. And for some reason, manage participants, here we go, mute all. And I will not allow anyone to unmute themselves. Boom, froze it. I need to know, I'm learning Zoom more and more every day. It's one of the most simple, highly rated online meeting systems on the planet. So, and I've been doing this for ever since the internet went live, so no excuse. Okay, so really at the end of the day, Bitcoin X4 and the Unified Bitcoin Team, we leverage, we apply the power of team leverage to help everyone raise Bitcoin funds quicker, to get a part of this market, because it's in a serious uptrend. For our kids' lives and our kids' lives and their kids' lives and their kids' lives. Real quick about myself, Robert Cash, Crypto Cash King, founded the Unified Bitcoin Team. I really founded the Unified Wealth Team ever since the internet was started, and I was one of the first few 100,000 in Facebook. So 15, 20 years ago I started, but then the last few years I've been the Unified Bitcoin Team. 30 years sales and marketing experience, MBA graduate, 16 years in the payment software business in the corporate world, selling corporate software and payment software to large corporations. That's how I put my 3 kids through college. My youngest is still a sophomore, and so she's almost through college, let's put it that way. Last few years I've been full-time online and been concentrated in the Bitcoin cryptocurrency space. Real quick, what the heck is Bitcoin, right? I think most of us that are here kind of know what it is, at least enough to know that it's where everyone should be if you're trying to make money online. Bitcoin is really the future of online or internet money. Bitcoin has very unique characteristics. It's not only a digital asset of value, which means you can acquire it just like you would acquire gold or silver, and the value goes up. It's an asset of value, but it's also on top of it a digital asset of value. And then the second big thing is it's actually being recognized as a currency, meaning that you can exchange now Bitcoin for other products and services globally, which drives most of the value in any ICOs and any of the tokens that are going live as we speak. You always want to analyze, okay, who's acquiring those tokens and who can use those tokens and what can we buy with those tokens. You really can't, buy anything with them. They're not going to go up in value that much. And then the last thing, it comes with its own payment network. So it has everything and it's the utopia, the holy grail of online currency. And at the end of the day, it's a digital asset, meaning that it's on a blockchain and has digital encryption data behind every transaction. And that's what your wallet codes, your wallet addresses, your payment receipts, your hash codes, your hash IDs all resides on the blockchain. So you can track in a digital ledger all transactions in real time. And then the reasons I have the banks there for money transfer is that you do have to, at least now, transfer Bitcoin funds into your current or local currency, so you can, pay your bills and put it into your bank and spend it, and put it on a Visa debit card or MasterCard debit card. I use BitPay debit card, which is cool. I just send my Bitcoin to BitPay, and I can go out to restaurants and movies and dinners and hotels and put everything on my BitPay card. And so Bitcoin is becoming very ubiquitous in terms of being able to purchase all kinds of stuff. It's really starting to hit into the luxury market as well. People are buying Ferraris and houses with Bitcoin. Very, very cool. What is Bitcoin X for? Like I said, it's supplying the market-proven methods of crowdfunding and donations and really helping each other raise Bitcoin funds, so we can then use those funds for whatever we see appropriate. And it's really up to you. But ultimately, we do love the fact, or love when you also join our other longer-term programs such as USI Tech and BitConnect, Yoda, Mint Builder, and another biggie that's coming up. There's actually a couple biggies. There's Ormeus Global that I've been a part of from the very beginning. That's starting to look very interesting. It has its own token on the exchange almost. Actually, it's on the exchange as of last week. And it's already at $4. And then there's another biggie that I'm working with one of my buddies. They're just coming back from Italy. And it's going to be one of the mamas of 2018. It's going to be not only Bitcoin and cryptocurrency trading, but you also can get into stocks trading and currency and Forex. But I digress. Why Bitcoin? And then why did I create it? Really, at the end of the day, out of necessity becomes invention. There was a big void in the market, and I really created it based on solving the two biggest problems online and making consistent money. And then there's the two problems, and I'm sure you can relate to a couple of those, if not both, right? Problem one is that really no one has any money to make money. Problem two, not being able to recruit or sponsor. Two very big problems, and I really spent the last 15 years in my online and offline and network marketing, affiliate marketing career helping people solve those problems, at the same time solving that same problem for myself. It's kind of interesting, as you begin to solve problems for other folks, you actually solve your own problems. It's kind of cool how that works. Let me stop share and go back out. I don't want to PowerPoint you to death. We'll go back to the slides, but I want to make sure we emphasize this point. Because I always try to hit home the fact that the two big problems, right? Not having money to make money. Now, some people say or ask, do you really, does it take money to make money? It's pretty close to like almost a universal law. The only thing that can replace money in that equation is value, or being able to bring in other people that have the money, which still makes it where money needs to be, money needs to create money. All major companies, all major industries have all started with venture capitalists, other people's money, OPM. Anyone that's become a billionaire, trillionaire, has acquired a network of other people's money. Maybe didn't start out with their own money. Maybe they maxed out their credit cards. But ultimately, if you don't have any money, it's very tough to make money. Because one best ways to make really big money is to start out with big money. Nobody has big money. So part of what I've done my whole career is try to solve that problem. So if people don't have money, how do you get them money? And then people, also reflect back and say, okay, well, if I need money to make money, I have to go find money. So they go find a job. And most people that are listening tonight, you have a job, right? Most times you don't really like your job, but you do your job so you can get money, so you can pay your bills and have, your nights and weekends free, and you can have a life. But you're still working for the man, right? Because you have to go out and deliver value to your employer to get money. So how do we get around that? So when people come online, they have very little money to try to make money. And so they're already up against the wall or painting themselves in a corner to a certain degree, unless you find Bitcoin X4 and the Unified Bitcoin team, and you can get in and you can start leveraging the power of a network and the power of a team and a proven system to start leveraging your money up so you can have money to make money. The other number two biggest problem when people come online, and I often talk about this analogy, and it's pretty true, is that 80 to 90% of the people on the planet do not really like to sell or market, and the only way to make money online is to kind of sell and market. So how we get around that, once again, with Bitcoin X4 is you come in and you don't really need to sell or market like, hey, what does it take to get you in the car today, kind of cheesy salesperson, or blasting and spamming Facebook with all the marketing attempt and putting your link everywhere. We get around that by having a solid team and a program and a system that all you do is simply invite and share. So you begin to realize that sales and marketing is kind of fun, because what happens is, in order to replace your income from the job that you have, hopefully you have a job, if not, hopefully you have some income. But in order to replace your income and get over here and to become a career entrepreneur, you got to kind of own at least the sales and marketing process. But it's not necessarily what you think sales and marketing is. It's networking, connecting, and building relationships. And then and how you build relationships online is you find other people like yourself that are interested in Bitcoin, that are interested in making money, and you start conversations with them and friendships. And you're not going to be a stalker, right? And get, blocked and be a part of the news that every single hour someone's sexually assaulted somebody. You want to be able to build a relationship of value, right? A friendship. There's many correlations between making money online and kindergarten. At the end of the day, you go to kindergarten, right? You remember how scared you were and shy you were, and you had your little lunch, and you got to a point where you sat next to somebody and they wanted to borrow your pencil, and they, all of a sudden you started, hanging out at recess together, and all of a sudden you became a friend. It's kind of like that almost online, is that you need to find a lot of people like that love Bitcoin and want to make money, which is millions. The other big thing with the kindergarten is, there was always the show and tell, right? You had to go in, and I was, always so nervous, and it was just like, I had to show the class, this is, whatever I found that day. You guys remember those days, right? Well, show and tell is just like sales and marketing, making money online, is that you're just sharing really cool stuff, which is the Bitcoin X4 in our system, to find other people to come in and they go, wow. And once they see this and see the system and see these Zoom meetings and see the website, see all the testimonials, see all the payouts and the potential, it's converting like crazy. All right, so let me go back to sharing my presentation. First, I need a drink. You guys drive me to drink. All 1,100 of you. Okay. So bing, bang, boom, right? That's just all I learned these two big problems, and it doesn't take Einstein to know that most people online, they don't really have any money, but they want to make money. So they're running around trying to join the next shiny object, the next launch, right? And hoping that they're going to get spillover or someone helping them to make money. Whereas with us, there really isn't that whole mentality of a launch. it's systematic wealth. We'll go into that a little bit more. It's being able to systematically earn Bitcoin and reinvest Bitcoin, cash some out of Bitcoin, and then also be able to take a portion of that Bitcoin that you earn and get into the long-term passive program, so you're really creating wealth at the end of the day. What makes this so unique? Well, it's came from all the things and all the frustrations when I was online and working Bitcoin matrix programs, and they're everywhere. Let's face it, right? I mean, how many? There's probably 3 that launched since this meeting started on Facebook, right? And 2x2, 2x3, 2x4, 2x8, 3x8, 3x4, whatever. And whether it's automated, automatic, auto upgrade, auto yada yada yada, it basically, in most cases, 95% of the cases, it's automatic. Take money from your Bitcoin wallet and you lose money. And then the problem with matrices is that all matrices eventually will fail, with the exception of what Bitcoin X4 is doing with the 2x2 board system, because I already know what makes matrices fail, and I just have, they call it failover. Failover means that you already know what stuff's going to, if something's going to fail, you already have a backup plan. And the backup plan is being able to manually place and fill the matrices and keep them consistently cycling, because I have visibility on the entire organization and all the matrices in real time. And I can be able to do and control that. Where you normal programs online and normal matrices, they get out of hand. They get imbalanced. There's no proper follow me function. And really, so Bitcoin X4 solves all these issues. And that's why it's so unique. We also have our 15 and 30-day cycle assurance plan, which is pretty much, I'm close to being a crazy person offering that, but it's all good. And I'll go into that pretty closely here tonight, because many people, and I won't go into too much, but many people are even unaware that we've launched this, and it's been about a week already. Why matrices fail, I'll go in real quick with some of these, the images and pictures paint 1,000 words, but ultimately what happens is they get too wide too fast, like in this scenario, right? Even if it's a 2x2, 2x3, 2x4, it's kind of like what's the word? A little bit deceiving, in that you look at it and go, wow, that's kind of simple. I only need 6 people in a cycle. Well, yes and no, because in most cases, matrices, in order for you to max out your cycle and max out your pay, all these people on the bottom level, these 4 people, need 6 people below them as well, in almost every matrix that's out there. So when you look at the matrices and you look at all the pay and all the big pay, it's always on the bottom levels. You know why? Because the admins and the owners know that no one's ever going to get there to qualify. So it all goes into their coin payments account, and they buy a house and buy a car and have a great Christmas, and then they basically just fade away, and then a month or 2 later they launch a new matrix program. It's kind of sad, but it's reality. And if there's one thing you'll ever learn from me, I don't ever move out of reality. I'm a big realist, and I work in reality, and I work, and I tell you like it is. And you'll never know if I'm thinking something, because I'll tell you what I'm thinking. The other big problem is runaway legs in matrices. So if this was just like a 2x10 or 2x8, or like that one program that's launching, I think it's like a 2x10 or whatever. If you're in the wrong place in this matrix over here, and all of a sudden you have this big gurus over here building a big organization, it could be 40,000, 50,000, 100,000 people in this matrix. You'll still have no one under you. The spillover never gets to you, because it's called runaway. It runs by you, and then this is a big black hole. Now, you may luck out once or twice in your whole life that you actually can get below a big guru, and then you get big spillover and big pay. Nothing to count and build your whole future on. The other big thing with matrices, there's no real true follow me, meaning that there's follow me matrices out there, 2x2 follow me's. Problem is, these big, recruiters, they'll go into and create and have multiple boards running. And the only way that you're going to ever follow that person, to benefit from that person, is you also need to sponsor a ton of people to follow them. And what it does is it breaks down. You never can follow them. They make all the money, and everyone else loses. Whereas with us, in this simple little diagram, is that the big guru will go under you. And then you'll go under them. And then they'll go under you. And so as you look at this line of 2x2 boards in each of the 25, 50, 100, 200, 400 boards, everyone is helping everyone. It's one big helpful community. When you join us, you get into the private chat, you get the Facebook group, all the kind of normal stuff. Private chats are the chat groups that are managed by the Knights of the Round Table. We have about 8 or 10 of them that are hard working to make sure that we keep the negativity down. If there's support issues, we escalate it. But there really isn't that much support in this program. And the other big thing is it really doesn't have a back office, which is kind of strange. But when you join the program, you send your Bitcoin, and I'll go into this. You send your Bitcoin into the group wallet. You get access to the Google Drive, which is your actual board in real time. You get your own replicated website. So the program primarily runs on Facebook and your Bitcoin wallet and Google Drive, those 3 things. And then the 4th component is you. How much can you go out and share and invite is going to dictate how much Bitcoin you're going to make. That's true with any program. Now, let's go into the most interesting part of all this, because what it does is it changes the game. It's like it's nothing on the internet is touching this right now in terms of how it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid in that you're assured the cycle, either 15 or 30 days, and it's on top of it, is layered on top of it is a 2x2 matrix board system, meaning you can accelerate and cycle as fast as you want if you bring people in. If you don't, you're still assured to cycle every 15 to 30 days. It's pretty sweet. We call it the cycle assurance plan. So starting on Wednesday, it's already been almost a week since we've launched this. If you join, of course, if you join tonight, you're automatically in either one of the options. Option 1 is after 15 days, you can request a Bitcoin payout, and you'll receive a new spot on the board to start your clock again. If you choose, when you purchase in, you don't have to choose option 1 or 2 when you purchase in, folks. It's totally up to you. The option is you get to choose after 15 days what you want to do. If you have a $25, a $50, and $100 board, let's say, for instance, and it's 15 days has went by, you can cash out on all 3 of them and get a certain payout. And I'll show you the payout here shortly. Or you can cash out the 25 or the 100 and keep the 25 and 50 in for 30 days. You know what I'm saying? It's totally flexible. And we don't really care, or I don't really care because it's my company. There's really no we. It's only me. What you want to do with your money, it's called options, right? So after 15 days, you decide, yeah, Robert, give me my payout now. Give me a new spot, and I'm off. I want to go do some other stuff with my Bitcoin. Or no, let it ride. I want to have full payout. Okay, boom, done. Very simple. We do everything through Messenger too, folks, and very, very efficient, very, very simple. Option 2 is after 30 days, all paid members get fully cycled and paid out in full, and a new spot's added. Used to be when you joined our team in our Bitcoin X4, after 30 days, if you didn't make any money, I'd send your money back. That's still an option. You do have to wait at least 15 days to get your money out of the system. So just a fair warning. I can't have this, getting in and a week later, I changed my mind. Okay, well, sorry for that. You want to make sure you're locked in and solid. And after 15 days, we can start talking about whether you want your money back. Because obviously after 15 days, you get your money back plus 50% of your deposit. So hopefully we're all square on that. So here's option 1. After 15 days, like I said, you get paid out 50% of your original purchase. This may be a little bit, maybe I need to change this wording, but it's 50% of your original plus your original, right? It's not just 50% of what you paid. It's your principal plus 50%. So an example would be if you came in at $25, after 15 days, you've earned 50% on that, which is $12, $12.50, which is $37.50. I round up and I'll pay you $40. See that? Makes sense? And you get a new $25 spot to start another 15-day program or another 30-day program, right? You're never locked into any 15 or 30 days. So I've had numerous people ask me about that. And now I'm starting to get, when people purchase boards like today, they're starting to tell me, I want the 30-day plan. Cool. Not really important to tell me that, but it's good. At least you know that. But who knows? In 2 weeks, you'll be like, you know what, Robert? I said 30. I want 15 because Christmas is coming. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be like, oops, nope, you told me 30. No, I'll let you slide this time. Here's the chart, right? and this is recorded so you can watch it over and over, and I may even get these slides out on the Facebook group so you can have a copy of them and all that. And I'm going to have 82, if not 152 requests after this about everyone getting a copy of the charts. It's pretty straightforward, folks. If you can just think about 50% of your original purchase plus your purchase every 15 days, you're already there. You don't need a chart. The payout does differ a little bit, though, as you get bigger. And actually, as I look at this, the only time it really changes, because if you come in at $200, after 15 days, you can get $300. Right? So half of 200 is 100 plus 100, 200 plus 100 is 300. The only time it goes down a little is the 800. So you can come in at 800, but you're only getting 1,000 after 15 days. This is just the power of money. I understand you don't want necessarily your money locked up for a whole month, so I'm giving you the option at 15 days to get some money out, and then you can you can generate new spots. Option 2, which because most of the members, we have over 1,000 members, most of them have came in before the November 15th. So you're already sitting in option 2. After 30 days, you can still now get a full cycle and a full payout. We've had a few members, and it is what it is. They came in, they got, Oscar the Grouch, right? Yeah, 30 days, give me my money back. And they haven't watched any Zooms. They didn't know that they could make 400% of the money. I said, okay, no problem. I send their money back, unfriend. In some cases, I'll just unfriend and block them. Oops. See, that's the other big thing, folks, is that you don't want your ego to damage your future. And just because you got burnt before doesn't mean you're going to get burnt again. And so I'm a pretty tough love kind of guy, but I'm the nicest guy you'll ever meet. But you never really want to cross me. And I can smell a rat a long way away. And it's all about just being polite. And so anyway, some people have come back to me, oh, you know what, super busy. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch the Zoom. Yeah, I'll go watch that Zoom. And they're like, oh, and then you'll come back a few hours later, the next day, you know what? Did you see the Zoom? Okay, boom. You fully cycled. Here's your full payout. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to the grouch that comes, doesn't even have time to watch a Zoom, and send their money back. They're out of the program. And then, oh well, they're bad. So I'm just letting everyone know. Most of my members are really on the up and up. But I do need to have a few discussions with a few, let's put it that way. And I really want to minimize that. We're all adults. We all should really treat each other with respect. I'm not your employee. This is my company. You are my member. It is a privilege, not a right. Just because you send me money doesn't mean that you can boss me around and force me to pay you, because I'll just ask for your address, send your money back, and we'll part ways. Okay, so I usually need to try to say that, unfortunately, and some people are like, wondering what I'm talking about and why I'm going there. But it's called preventive maintenance. Here is the payout for the full 30 days. We had 3 or 4 people cycle the 200 today, and they got their 500. One gentleman, great guy, very appreciative, very thankful, was just absolutely jaw dropped, couldn't even believe it. He did say that, I was expecting 600, but I'll take 500, because he just hasn't watched the last couple 2 or 3 Zooms. Actually, it's been almost 2 weeks, if not 3 weeks. I've already told everyone that the 200 doesn't pay out the full 300%. You see there? It goes into a new 200 spot, and you have a credit. It's all about cash flow in this business, and if you're turning $200 into $500 in a 30-day period, that's probably 5 to 8 times more than any program on the internet. FYI. So I think I've spoiled quite a few people too. So oops, my bad. All right, moving right along. Here's Joanne Kenworthy. I don't know if Joanne's on the call today, but here's our 2 beautiful kids. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 back there, Joanne, but she cycled today. It's a $200 board, received her 500. She's brought in probably about 18 to 20 people. That definitely helps cycle. And so I post this into the group. Edie Wills also cycled today. Edie, great job. He also has brought in, 10, 15 people. He's brought in quite a few people that are on the $200 and $400 boards. $400 boards are going to go hot. Probably not until Friday or Saturday, folks. I'm going to need, obviously we're moving into the Thanksgiving weekend. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'll update everyone towards the end of this meeting about some of my timing. I'm headed out visiting my daughter. It's Thanksgiving, so I try to save the big boards, the big payouts when I'm really focused and at home. So it's going to be either Friday or I may move into Saturday. We have our Saturday meeting. I'll start the 400 boards. Everyone is welcome to go into the $200 and $400 boards because you can still get the 15-day payout. So your money is making money, right? If you can't afford that, obviously you go on the lower boards. Tank Sherman just also cycled today for the $200 board. Just posted that. Tank, he came in, I want to say he has two $200 boards. So he has actually another one that's coming around the bend. But he was pretty shocked, right? And most of the people that are making money, I don't mean to laugh. I laugh because it's so sad. They haven't made, most of my members have never made any money at all, ever. And literally every one of our our team and our program will make money if they haven't already made that money. Here's a little payout that I did, 500. Just to show you that, the Bitcoin's good at the Unified Bitcoin team. Here's what the $400 board will look like. The next name up, we have about 10 or 12 that are sitting, and like I said, that cycling is going to start happening on Saturday. So how do you get started? Right? I think most of you have already started and you're members and you're just like chomping at the bit. You're probably wondering, okay, is my 15 days are up? Or have I cycled yet? Can you send me my board? Let's get on with the meeting. Some people are still thinking about it, or they're thinking about buying additional boards. It's real simple. You just pick the board that you can afford and you want in. You send the proper amount of Bitcoin to the group wallet, and you're in. Simple as that. And that starts the clock. I want to emphasize the big time and date stamping and the clock and tracking on chat on Messenger. And I'll get into that right now, in fact. But it's real simple to get started. I think I'm at Q&A. Let me stop the share. Let me go over one of the most interesting developments, but it's all good, that's started to happen with the cycle assurance plan, is that there is still a need, obviously, when someone joins, right? As soon as you join, the first thing is if your sponsor has invited you, or you came off YouTube or Facebook and you found me, if you say, I have no sponsor, I found you because I found you on online somewhere, I'll put you at the very top at the $25, $50, $100 board, whatever. And in some cases, it'll go under you if you're a member, the new member. Now, if you sponsored somebody, the very first thing one of the biggest priorities is to get them placed on the board. But this also has changed with the cycle assurance plan. As soon as they send the Bitcoin to the group wallet, boom, the clock starts, 15-day start. Now, they may not even be placed on a board for 24 hours, 36 hours, 48 hours. I mean, it's never gotten that bad. It does take sometimes 8 hours to 12 hours to get on a board because I sleep. There's time zones. Half of our team is in another time zone. So when I'm sleeping, they're working, and when they're sleeping, whatever. So it's not like this big mad rush, even though I know that it's very important for you to get yourself in the system on the board. And then the next big thing is to send you the copy in real time of your board so you can kind of see right where you're at. But in actuality, the only time that you really need to see your board link is if you're really sponsoring people. Because no one's cycling in one day if you're not sponsoring, just so you know. Even when we started, it was almost 2 weeks to cycle. So to see your board is almost like watching paint dry, right? Paint will dry eventually, but by staring at it won't make it dry quicker, right? So, but I appreciate the fact that you've sent your money in and you want to see something. What the heck did I buy? So hopefully what's happening is when you get sponsored in the program, your sponsor is now your best friend, and it's almost like in kindergarten, and you came to a new school or first grade, and all of a sudden you're assigned somebody, right, to walk you around the school and show you where the bathroom is at, and that's what a sponsor should do, is that first of all get you on the board. Now let me finish that point. So what I'm trying to say is, as soon as you send that Bitcoin to the group wallet, you now have time and date stamp of the date, the hash, the payment receipt. You're in. You might as well just put it, and this is another big thing, folks, hopefully everyone's listening, write it down. put it on a spreadsheet, put it on a Word document, right? 11/21 at 7 p.m. or copy and paste the hash, the payment date, whatever. Save it. Because in 15 days from now, you're going to want a payout. You're going to send me that proof. Because guess what? I don't save any of that. This is a complete private group trust. I trust that you're on the up and up. I trust that you're sending it. I do view the hash. Make sure you're paying the money. You're not reusing hash. As soon as that happens, you're out and, have a nice life. So for the most part, we're all up and up. But this is another big thing that's starting to happen, is that you need to really track time and date stamping, not only from your original purchase, but when I ping you and say, hey, you just cycled, you know what? Give me another 50 spot. Give me another 100 spot. Send me the balance to my wallet. Okay, cool. Boom, boom, boom. Well, those two little new positions, and I send you the new board links, now start a new clock, right? So before you know it, like some people, they have 20 spots, and they have a spreadsheet, and they have them all marked by date, time, and date. Now, what's happening also recently is that people are just sending me those dates, right? I mean, you can make dates up, right? I have 1,000 people I'm managing. So you need to not only show the date, but you need to show the hash, the payment. And if it's a repurchase, there is no hash. Make sense? Because you're using your own profits in the system to purchase the positions on the boards. So you have to, and then this is what I do, is I'll go to chat, because everything is done through Messenger. I'll scroll up, and already today alone, and every single time someone says, you know what, my 30 days are up, or it's getting close, and I scroll up and they got in like October 28th, and it's November 21st. It's like, that ain't 30 days on my Earth, maybe on the Mars calendar. Does that make sense? And all I do is scroll up in Messenger, and I see the very first, hi, Robert, I just joined your team. Here's my hash, October 28th. Messenger time, date stamps all messages, folks. So I will scroll up as soon as you ping me and say, I want my 15-day payout. I want my 30-day payout. Well, it's time to, you're going to have to prove, that, because I don't save in all that stuff. Can you imagine? It's hard enough running this business 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, just updating the boards and making sure people are in the positions and getting, everything set up. Okay, so enough on that. But that's just very important to understand, because what happened before the whole cycle assurance, it was all about, where's my board? Have I cycled yet? Because the only component of money getting paid to you was if you cycled. And if you didn't cycle after 30 days, you had the option of me just sending your money back. Well, that has changed 180 degrees, right? It's a whole new dynamic happening. You now earn without cycling. And so I'm committed until January of 2018 to run this program like it is, cycle insurance, 15, 30 day, I'm going to have a lot of happy members, but I always reserve the right to rethink it, because what's going to happen, and it's part of why the whole world kind of just struggles, right? That we're all not living in utopia. It's because most people just want most things without really doing anything. I mean, no offense. Even it would be cool that I could become a millionaire and not do anything. But guess what? And this is why I go into my diatribes and all this. I try to, my truisms, being retirement is overrated. And if you had $1 million, you really need to think about that you already have $1 million. And then you need to start writing down all the things that you would do if you were financially free. You'd be surprised. And then don't just write out, I want to travel. All right, where do you want to travel? Why do you want to travel there? What do you want to do after you travel? Because at the end of the day, you travel 2, 3, 4 weeks, and you're going through security, and they're probing you, and you're on the tarmac for 9 hours waiting to fly to Italy. You want to shoot yourself. It don't matter how much money you have. So having all the money in the world and being retired is you got to be square with that. And the only way to really truly be successful is that you have some purpose and you're helping people out. Okay, So getting back to this whole boards and the cycle assurance is that now what's most important, and here's the kicker, and I'll go into the top questions. I'll see if we have questions. And actually, I'll get back. I don't have any more presentation. I need to go in a couple things, and then we'll go. But is that with the cycle assurance now, it's your responsibility. Let me say that again. It is your responsibility to prove your hash when you got in, time, date, stamp. If you don't have it, because like I said, if you cycle and you cycle on the 25 board and you made 75 bucks and you say, you know what, reinvest it all. Great. So I'll put another 20. And then the other big thing that's happening right now is that you need to be a little clearer on how you want to reinvest. Like if you come in at 50, you make 150, you want to be just real clear. It's real simple. Just say, give me another $50 board and give me a $100 board and don't pay me out. Or a lot of members are really pretty clear on that. But some members, this is the first time they've ever cycled, the first time they ever made money. They're just like, wait, what? Yeah, I actually have money, and how do I do it? What do I do? And then they'll say, I'm on a 25 and a 50. Well, you already have a 25. Okay, well, on another 25. So anyway, so what's going to happen is when you cycle, your money is no longer time, date, stamp with your Bitcoin wallet. There's no more hash. It's now up to you to record it. And like I said, if 15 days from now and you send me, well, I repurchased on 11/21, and all you do is you type that I repurchased on 11/20. It's like, well, do you have any proof at all that that happened? Because I'm going to have to now take 5-10 minutes to scroll up and see when I told you that you cycled. That's as simple as it gets, folks. Because 15 days ago, I said, hey, Harold, you cycled. Okay, cool. Give me another 50 spot. Boom. That's when your time and date starts for the 15 days. That makes sense? I don't want to belabor this issue. But the onus is on you. Because for me, it's your money. I'm just keeping it and making it grow for you, and then I'm giving you back your money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like this running bank at this point. And so when you go to the bank, you want to make sure that you tell the teller what you want to do with your money or your stock or your investor or your accountant, right? And so when you come in and say, okay, my 15 days are up, here's what the conversation was, screenshot, copy, paste, whatever else. And I even still have to verify it real quick just to say that you're not making stuff up. Now, it's not like this, I don't trust anybody. And, all right, you're my friend, so yeah, I believe you. It's a business, man. I have to control cash flow for everybody. If I was just like, no biggie, all right, and send hundreds and thousands of dollars of Bitcoin out and go, oh, shit, that guy just played me, right? The guy made up that date. Of course, he's unfriended and blocked, but what does he give a crap? He's taking his money and laughing all the way to the bank, and he's still going to be broke because he's like, oh, well, he made $100 from me. All right. Let me see my questions here. Make sure. Juanita, I've typed. I said type what you're thankful for in the chat at least, maybe, or at least you need to start really. Gratitude is huge in success in life, and when as soon as you become have gratitude and thankfulness, man, the universal energy loves that. It is willing to cooperate with you. Let's put it that way. Juanita said she's very thankful for the opportunity of driving me to drink. So that was a good one, Juanita. Props to you. Peak time. Yeah, it is peak time for the internet, Jason. When I first got on, man, it was really bad. I'm still breaking up a little bit my video, and I'm plugged right into the internet. So I have Xfinity, Comcast. Thankful for amazing family and Melissa Clark, Tom Cohn. Learned a lot. I'll go into a few more questions here. Joanne, just, I'm sure you guys read her comment, but all I can say is thank you. And game changer. Yeah, I mean, see, it's not like I'm, just spinning magic. You ever see the guys that are in Vegas? One of my good friends, Antonio, is a magician. But, you ever saw what's that guy who's – but anyway, when you go to see magic shows, so it's not like I'm doing magic. What we're doing is we're working with the power of a team, and we're leveraging the Bitcoin together and then optimizing it and sharing it through the matrix system. And so it disperses the money on an equal time-based fashion, right? And so the only way to get to a point where you can have, take a small amount of money into a larger amount of money is applying leverage. The only way leverage happens is that the only one major way is to sell something. Nothing happens in the entire planet until something is sold to somebody, right? They either sell a bill of goods, they sell a shipload of cars, whatever. Commerce is always going 24/7. Forex markets is always going. Crops are growing. But at the end of the day, what runs the entire planet is products and services being exchanged, and there's exchange of value going on constantly. And so the only way to apply leverage to take a small amount of Bitcoin, a small amount of anything to a larger amount, is to go and sell a bunch of it, whether it's selling products and services. Now, we don't really sell products and services. All we do is we apply the leverage the second big way, is bringing together a large team of participants or a network. And by applying the power of the network, then you can take a small amount, and then with all the networks help, then it can leverage up to a larger amount. Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, has said that all the richest people on the planet build networks, and all the other people kind of just work for those networks. So any job that you may have or had can be summed up as a network, because any business, any company that you go to work, they sell products and services to somebody, right? And they set up a distribution, and all that money coming in from people buying the products. And the reason they're buying the products is it's solving their problems. What was the two problems that we solved? Ain't nobody got no money. Nobody knows how to recruit. How do we solve the money problem? Got to have at least $25, but I can work with you. And we can take 25 and turn it into 100. And we can take 100 and turn it into 300. And we can take 300 and turn it into, a consistent income. And then you take that money and you put it into 1-2% a day programs. And before you know it, you've turned 25 into, 6,400 in a 90-day period. And then you can turn it into a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month income long term by everyone coming together and working together as a team or a network. It's really very, very powerful. So the big questions that we normally have is, how long has it been around? We've been around about 5 weeks now, maybe 6 weeks in, about 1,100 members. There's 4 biggies in any opportunity or when it comes to making money online or making money in any business. If you have the brilliant idea, you'll come across these 4 big things. There's the timing, there's the opportunity, which is really the chance to combine the timing with the product that you're introducing to make something happen. And typically you're moving products and services, sales and marketing. Now, if you're really sharp and you don't want to sell and market, you hire people to sell and market for you. So they call it outsourcing, or you scale your business, right? You become your own CEO, and then you just, you have to go raise funds so you can hire a sales and marketing team. But at the end of the day, there's timing, the opportunity, and the product. So in Bitcoin, the timing is probably never better than now. I mean, you could have gotten in at 2009, 2010, but oh well. There's still an enormous potential. So timing cannot be better. The opportunity to make a ton of money with Bitcoin. The actual product and program is Bitcoin or Bitcoin X4. But the 4th biggie is taking action and taking immediate action. Now, taking action is not just throwing Bitcoin over the fence to Robert and then checking in every couple of weeks. Hey, Robert, have you made me any money lately? It's taking immediate action on understanding what you want to do the rest of your life. What do you want to be when you grow up, right? You want to be a truck driver? You want to work Starbucks barista? No shade. I mean, people are happy as larks doing that, right? But you really need to think as opposed to and then I talk about the Maslow hierarchy, right? Once you get to a point where you've fulfilled food and shelter and you move up the ladder, all of a sudden you begin to realize that what's really going to make me happy. And ultimately, it's just being with your family and friends and helping them, but also having enough cash to live comfortably so you can then help others, right? And then you got to look at, okay, what are all my skills? What do I really like to do? So what we talk about a lot here is when you're in a job that you don't really like, and the challenge though is when you come online to make money, it's kind of like a job, but instead of a job you really don't like, it's a job that you love, right? There's a big friggin' difference. And if you're not fully in love with Bitcoin, the opportunity to make money and network with people and help people, then there's some there's some growth that needs to happen, or there's choices that have to be made, right? You either can really stick with your career that you really love, whether you're a masseuse or a dietitian or, whatever it is, and then you can play in the Bitcoin realm. But you also have to understand, you're George Costanza on Seinfeld. You're living in two worlds, right? So it's either, and then when you become like, unified in your mission, and you're living in just one world, one mission, one team, one system, then success goes exponential. So you need to understand those challenges in life, is that if you're just kind of half in, you got to get to a point where you're all in with whatever you do. There's never, ever going to be a true fulfillment in your life if you're not all in. And some people don't really know what they want to do. They just want to make money and then have some type of freedom, so then they can finally decide. And then eventually you look back on when you were a kid, when you were growing up, some of the things when you went to the library, when you went to go play, you really start to, and so what we do at Bitcoin X4 and Unified Bitcoin is begin to give you those options so you can free up, right? And get all your bills starting to get paid, and then you can start to think about, okay, what are my dreams and goals? And we try to help you understand what is a 3-month, 6-month, 9-month, 1-year goal. Ultimately, if you're making a certain amount of money per month, per year in your job that you don't like, then your goal is to get your money to equal that. Make sense? And then you can get a point where, I can just drop that job, and then your income can go up from there. So the big questions were, how long does it take to cycle? That question goes away, right? 15 to 30 days. It's like, wait, what? They have cycle assurance plan. So when you come in, you have, after 15 days, you can cash out, your principal, what you've paid, plus 50% of your principal. It's like, wait, what? How do they do that? That's a scam. That's a money game. It's a Ponzi. Don't anyone ever let you believe it. That's what makes things fail, by the way, is belief. What makes a program successful and unsuccessful is just the belief of all its members. If everyone just believes that it works and they bring in Bitcoin, it works. That's exactly what's happening right now. And I see that we can last a very, very long time. Why do these programs online, they collapse and fail within a few weeks? Because they're already set up to fail. How they're structured, they're fail. So I won't even go there. But see, I already know all the fail points, so I can control it. And then ultimately, what we also need to understand is that this isn't the end game. This is the beginning. And this allows you, right, to get in position to move to the next level in your life, whatever that may be. It gets you out of this realm of the fear of failure, the risks that has held you back your whole life. And you finally just go, you drop your guard and you realize that, my God, I don't even think this is real. This has got to be a dream. And then by more and more people, when they started dropping their guard and feeling so good about what they're doing and seeing all that Bitcoin they're making and all the testimonies, the more people come. And the more people come, the more Bitcoin can be made. So it's simple as that. So I think that, this whole, and this whole me, I think that most of my team, if not everybody, is really, props to all you guys out there. Amazing. I've never seen so much viral, so much referring, and so many people sponsoring people. It's freaking nuts. I mean, it's like 80 to 90% of the people on the planet, they don't like to sell or market, and they can't recruit, but they want to make money, and you're already moving over to the to the promised land. Because if you can sell or market, and sell or market is just really a bad connotation, but we're always selling and marketing everything, whether we're trying to date somebody or we're trying to buy a car. It's like someone's always selling somebody. You're either being sold or you're selling, no matter what it is, whether it's ideas, concepts, whatever. And so the more and more you learn those skills, and then at the end of the day, it should be fun, and all we're doing is building relationships. Let me scroll this, and I'll update you on, obviously, Thursday is Thanksgiving in the U.S., so happy Thanksgiving to everyone and your family. God bless. Blessings. But I'll be leaving tomorrow, but I'll be on my cell, and I'll be working, and I'm gonna when I check in on tomorrow night. I'm staying at a hotel, but I'm visiting my daughter, so they have wireless. So I'll be on my laptop. I'll be doing boards. I'll be doing payouts. I'll be doing so the whole business still runs. That's the beautiful thing, right? But I'm just letting you know that Thursday, obviously, we're not going to have our Zoom meeting like we have tonight because it's Thanksgiving. But then Saturday, we'll have our Zoom meeting at 1 p.m. Eastern for all the prospects to come in. So I'll be scheduling and putting that link out on Friday. What else? Okay, so what I want to make sure I emphasize once again, because I'll be leaving, or not leaving, but once this meeting ends, I'm working for another 3.5, 4 hours. So I'll be online. If you've messaged me, I'm starting to queue it up. I go right down to the bottom of the latest message. So I am 8 to 10 hours behind on messages, believe it or not. So if you send something to me in the morning, I'm almost to you, and I'm moving up. Now, if it's something that if you put asterisk new paid member asterisk something, I don't try to oh, squirrel. I don't have that kind of mentality. I try to keep things very systematic. And with this program, it's probably one of the best programs you'll ever be involved with. And I say it because it's my program, but at the end of the day, it's everything that I've learned over 30 years. And it's everything I've learned in Bitcoin in the last 3 years, all combined in just one big, fat, beautiful engine of wealth growth. And so you're now at this catalyst of before the Big Bang, where we really explode. But I want you to make sure that you also realize that we're all kind of waiting in line too. So you ever been to Disneyland, Disney World? I usually try to go down during the holidays between Christmas and New Year's, because I love Disney when it's all Christmassy and all that. Probably won't do it this year. I used to do it when my kids were younger. They all loved it. Now it's like they just want to okay, Dad, give me I'll see you in 2 hours when you buy me lunch or dinner, right? We're gonna go run and do some other things. But in Disney even, everyone's going to the happiest place on earth. All you do is friggin' wait in line and pay 10 times more for food than you normally pay, right? So there's always, so with us, Bitcoin X4, you can make crazy money, but you all have to kind of wait in line, because anything good doesn't come easy. I learned that a few years ago. So success does not come easy. Anyone that that's online, offline, and Olympic athlete, rock and roll star, singer, yada yada yada, rapper, man, go back and and I think that reading biographies and studying people that are truly successful, there is some flash in the panners that hit YouTube and got a couple 10 million views, and then someone discovered them, kind of like Justin Bieber's story, but it took him like 6 years before he finally hit it. Eminem struggled for 8 years in Detroit, got his ass kicked almost every night. Can you imagine a white dude in Detroit, but one of the biggest, most profound rappers that ever lived on the planet? You think his success came easy? I don't know if you guys saw him on Saturday Night Live, but he's, his most recent song kind of sums it up, how he's just like, this is what I talk about a lot, is that there's always this big, we all admire success and riches, but then at the end of the day, when you finally get them, you realize that you're still just you. And what is it about you that can make you either really love and be able to help, or become some bitter soul, right? That's completely unhappy and you're popping pills just to stay alive. All right, so I don't want to go too crazy on a Thanksgiving weekend coming up, but hopefully you get some out of this. So at the end of the day, what we're trying to do here is just leverage a team. You're going to solve the two biggest problems: not having money to make money. You're going to finally start getting some money. Then you can start making money. Eventually, when you're rolling. So the other thing in the strategy of Bitcoin X4 is you want to get to a point where you have a $200, $400, $800 board running. So every 15 days you can cash out. So every 2 weeks you have a paycheck. $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 every 2 weeks that you can just cash out. Or you can wait for 30 days and you have your 30-day paycheck. Right? So you can have, and all of a sudden you have this income running. Then you can say, I really just want to work on cars. I want to write a book. Right? I don't want to do anything. I want to take a walk and watch TV for 6 months and really figure out what I want to do in life. All of a sudden, man, this is the chance for you to break free out of the prison that we've all been under. I mean, let's face it, man. the world is pretty freaking tough, right? I mean, it's one big oppressed engine, and it's very hard to find true happiness. I know, because I'm 52 and I'm just starting to taste it. And then, I'll probably get hit by a truck or something, It's like knock on wood. All right, thankful to sponsor coach. Yeah, Mildred. So Mildred Scantleberry just said how thankful she is for Coach Darrell. Coach Darrell, both are really great members. Mildred brought in probably 10 or 12 people. Coach Darrell the same. Mildred's, I want to say it's her like 50th anniversary. It's her wedding anniversary, like 50-something years. She's 77. God love her. And she cycled twice today. So I was like, hey, Mildred, you just cycled. And I sent her some money. And someone else came in because it's very viral and very snowbally, if that's a word. It will be a word when it starts snowing everywhere for Christmas. But when someone cycles, all of a sudden they say, well, put me in another 25 or 50 board. Well, guess what? As soon as I start putting them in other boards, it makes that board cycle. And that makes that person cycle. And then that person, then that board. All of a sudden it's just like already I have like 10 boards to update just now, before the meeting started, because it's like it snowballs, which is a beautiful thing. It's a rolling matrix. It's not just some stagnant thing. But anyway, she cycled. I sent her the Bitcoin. Literally like 10, 15 minutes later, someone else came in, totally out of the blue, and I searched and waited, and all of a sudden, because I go in order of the boards, they go sequential. Now, if you're not sponsoring people, you're in that sequential line of boards waiting to cycle. That's why it can take 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Well, now it's 15 days. You have an option. But anyway, her board, all of a sudden, it was her husband's board, actually, because her and her husband sharing. Her husband cycled, and then all of a sudden, I was just working, and all of a sudden, I realized that the next board in line for the next position was her. Boom. So she cycled twice. So there's been some double whammies, sometimes triple whammies. There's a double whammy just yesterday for Will Henderson, another great guy who's been working his booty off. Kari just did a triple whammy today. Kari has been with me for about a year and a half. She came in, and now she's got all kinds of boards running. You see her, Kari Leggett. You see her on Facebook. She does really awesome posts. She does. She copies or she screenshots all the text in the group chat of people cycling around her face, and then she does like a Thanksgiving theme. I mean, really awesome marketing stuff. And you can what did Picasso say? Good artists copy, great artists steal. So if you really see a great ad with Bitcoin X4, then just take it and put it on your own timeline, put it in your own Facebook group, start sharing it with folks that way and make it your own. Same with when I do the invite or I do post, you switch it and take the bitcoinx4.com site, which is a corporate site. So anyone going to that site typically goes under the next person, which is you or whoever's in line. But you take that link out and put your own link and copy my ad, copy my picture, and then that's another helpful advice, is that you want to start getting out there more. We want to really, and then the last thing I'll end up, and I don't want to necessarily end up on this, I probably won't try to end up on this, and that's why I wanted to say about this whole program, the Cycle Assurance Plan, I want to run it into January 2018 and start reevaluating what it does. Unfortunately or fortunately, I was mentioning about why the world is like going to hell in a handbag, is that most people just want, they feel like they're entitled for something without really doing anything. And then just by joining and doing nothing, doesn't do anyone really any good, because I really don't really need your Bitcoin per se. What I need is people that want to make a difference in their life. They want to go from a job they don't like to a career entrepreneur. So what happens, though, with Cycle Assurance, it's such a great idea, and there's no one on the internet that touches it. You have complete differentiation in terms of competition. There's no one that can do this. But the drawbacks, and there's always some drawbacks to everything in life. That's just the way the earth is. There's black, there's white, there's hot, there's cold. It's always a land of, there's Democrats and Republicans, right? There's always some dichotomy going on 24/7. There's hate, there's love. But when it comes to this whole Cycle Assurance Plan, is that it's so cool, but it can actually lend itself to making people just join and do nothing. That was to what I wanted to get to. That's the nut. And here I'm such a nice guy. You can go ahead and join and do nothing, but what's going to start to happen is I watch and I see all. I don't see that much because I'm so friggin' busy running the business and, making you Bitcoin and sending you Bitcoin. But I do see quite a few folks that are either liking, commenting, juicing, and doing their thing, because what it's doing is teaching you how to become a career entrepreneur, right? It's skills that you can learn to build your USI business or Bitcoin Connect business or Mint Builder business or any other business that you're in. You should start to learn these networking skills, and Bitcoin X4 is the vehicle to get you where you got to get. But if you're just joining and throwing Bitcoin over the fence and going off and doing something else, you're not really learning anything, and all you're doing is just earning money. Now, I can't take that away from you. You're welcome to be a part of our team, but I also want you to be aware of that after 15 days, after 30 days, we'll do a little chat. Hey, the only reason I bring this up is that there's literally people I don't even see for a friggin' month, right? And then they ping me, and they have no idea what a cycle insurance plan is. They can't even spell it. You can say CAP for short. They have no idea what's been going on. They haven't watched any Zooms. I don't think they're even in a chat because the sponsor forgot to add them to chat and forgot to connect them with Nights. So some people are 30 days later. They don't have their Wix. Some person, it was 30 days. It's already been 30 days. They haven't even have their Wix yet. They're not even in the chat. I ping their sponsor, and they're just like, oh, wow, I thought this, I thought that. What good is that, right? And then so when that person comes in, a lot of times maybe it's not their fault. They have sick relatives, their mom, and this and that. They're struggling. They just lost their job. Hey, been there, done that 1,000 million effing times. Lost loved ones recently. As you get older, people drop like flies. It's friggin' nuts. So that's why it's so important to be thankful and be appreciative every single friggin' minute you get, folks. But getting back to this 1 monthers or these 2 weekers that come in and, oh, I've been so busy, and what's up, Robert? Now, if you come and say, what's up, Robert? How's it been? Great program. Man, yeah, I've been super busy. I'm ready to start learning some more and sharing some more. Man, how fast can I send you Bitcoin, right? As compared to, yeah, I've been busy. What's up? Yeah, what about the cycle insurance? You say you're going to pay me, or I want my money back, so. You know how it is. And so I try to, but this is what I'm trying to get to. No matter how nice you are or how mean you are, at the end of the day, action speaks louder than words. So if you're not doing the things that this team requires you to do, and now I don't want to say require because some people are like, well, I didn't know that. Send me all my money back. I'm going to go join another program. I can do nothing and make money. And then yeah, where are those programs? But it's not like, oh, I don't force it. But I should, at the end of the day, I should be like every couple, 2 or 3 days, you should post in 3 to 5 Bitcoin Facebook groups and on your timeline, and you send me the link and attach it to, and there's will be a certain area in the Facebook group, or there'll be a document everyone proves. So after 15 days, I have a log, right, of all the things that you've at least been trying to do to learn the business. So now you're earning your 300%. Does that make sense? You don't just earn by throwing money over the fence. Now you can do that if you want to go to the bank. You can put your $200 into the bank and they'll pay you like $2. So after the year, 1 year, you'll have $200 in the bank, and at the end of the whole year, you go into your savings account, you'll have $204. So you'll make $4 in an entire year. Now you can do that. Now USI Tech, you can go buy for $200. You can buy your 4 packs, right? Make your 1% a day, and after 140 days expire, you want to repurchase. So $200 will turn into about $300 after a year. Here, you're turning 200 to 300 in friggin' 2 weeks, right? But for that, I want to be able to so we just understand each other, mano a mano. That it ain't about just throwing money over the fence, and then getting your return. There's got to be something of value being created, because it's tough love. I'm doing it to help you. Some people are like, you know what? I don't need your help. I don't want your help. I just want to make money. You know what? Just send me money. They always, like, everyone's a tough guy or tough girl, right? It's always like ego. And I don't have time for that. Ain't got no time for that. All right. So sorry, I don't want to go too much into the negative, but boy, you got to run a tight ship. And, yeah, I see a lot of, of course I have 1,000 members, and we're all one big happy community on Facebook. But, every once in a while I crack out of my working 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, trying to update your board and send you Bitcoin. I go to the Facebook's timelines, and I see all the posts of all the hot programs out. And not every single, but almost 80% of my members are asking for info on all these deals. So everyone's doing every other program online, right? So it is what it is. So what I wanted to also just say on that is that you can do whatever you want. And you can join my program, and we'll work with each other. I'm just saying that after 15, 30 days, just kind of, hang out a little bit, help a little bit, be kind of a nice friend, and then we can make a ton of money together, right? Just don't be, just like the other side of that coin. The other thing is that in order to really get to the point where you're like walk away money, right? 6 figures, $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, is to stick together with key leaders and a key team. And then you can join those key programs, but you're joining them together. That's the one thing you can take away this whole Thanksgiving, is it ain't about hopping and popping and joining the hottest program by yourself, hoping that you can land into a good team, and you're in 10 different teams. There's no synergistic movement whatsoever. And this is what the goal of the Unified Bitcoin team, the Bitcoin X4, is to come together as a team and a family and sticking together. And then we join USI, we join BitConnect, we have all the hottest programs, but we're joining them together. And here's the kicker. And the other big thing that I'm going to be doing is if someone wants to come into my Bitcoin X4 and throw me Bitcoin and expect to make money every 15 to 30 days and not even do anything, no liking, no commenting, no juicing, no sharing, no inviting, one other big requirement would be you need to be in one of my passive programs with me. You need to be in USI, BitConnect, and you need to be taking your profits and putting it over in these. So there's got to be some type of, what is it when you join a country club or a gym, right? There's certain requirements. First, you got to pay your monthly fee, but there's certain dues you have to pay. That's the word I'm looking for. And some people are like, you know what, screw this. I want to just go play and see if I can make money doing nothing and have a nice life. But I just want to make sure, because if you and it's not like it's like so hard to do, because what I'm really doing it for is your ultimate best interest. Because I've been there, folks. The last 10 years before I really hit it big, when is I was joining everything, trying to find the magic bullet, the silver bullet, the shiny object, whatever it may be. But what I got to a point is I understood that it is all about a team and a system, one team, one system, one network. But then you also need multiple streams of income. That's the one big thing that people miss. Sometimes they take years to realize that they really should stick together as a team and a network, and then they join collectively into the top hot program or whatever. But one of the biggest failures is they kind of got all of it, but where they miss it is they join one hot program, and guess what? 6 months the program collapses and their entire team and income goes to zero. But yet they're lucky that at least they have a team. They can move to the next hot one. What we do is we have X4 as a team, so we've already got the kind of the mother lode, the holy grail, but we have multiple streams. So if one stream goes away, we have 4 or 5 others. The other thing when you do multiple streams is that you have one effort, but you make 5, 6, 8x income. Same effort. Because you also need to look at every prospect that comes in, they're already a member of these programs, or they're thinking about becoming members, and you want to capture them. And you want everyone on as one team. Not everybody joining me either. Here's the final kicker, is when I only have a few personals in each of these. And so when someone comes in, so you know what, Robert, I watched X4. Thanks for the payout. I've been with you for about a month. I've made about $500. It's the most money I've ever made. I've been looking at USI. I've been thinking about who to join. I want to join USI. Do I send my link to them? Not really. I say that hesitantly because I only have about 10 active people in USI, believe it or not. I never really built it, but I love it because it's solid, it's long-term. I'll send your USI link to them because you're a part of my team. You're my X4, my USI team. Or if they want to be a part of BitConnect, I'll send your team. See what I'm saying? It's a team build, collective build, where we help everyone get personal signups in all the hot programs. And Bitcoin X4 is the catalyst. It's just a beginning. It's like the friggin' when the universe started in the Big Bang. That's and I said that earlier, but that's what X4 is. It's the Big Bang to finally realizing that you can create a small amount of Bitcoin into a larger amount of Bitcoin. Now you got options. How you do it is working with a team. And then you can start picking and choosing where you want to put that wealth, because you need short-term, mid-term, and long-term wealth options. You need your Bitcoin constantly churning and earning while you're sleeping. Make sense? All right, I need to end up because I'm at my 90-minute mark. I can go on and on, but hopefully you're starting to get. So the other big thing that I also need to make sure everyone understands is that nothing happens instantly in life. You know how it is. You know, here I'm like 20 pounds overweight. It's going to take me friggin' like 8 months to lose that 20 pounds, 9 months, a year, you know, watching what I eat, exercising every day, yada, 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 right? So that's where it is with your Bitcoin career and making money. It's going to be 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. It could be a friggin' year, folks, before you finally, because guess what? It's taking you 10, 15, 20, 30 years to get where you're at financially, right? You think it's going to change in 2 weeks? So when you become more and more realistic, but then see, even if you know that and you don't have the vehicle to change it, it's one of the most frustrating things, because you know, okay, I know that it's going to take, you know, systematic, you know, incremental growth to get to where I need to get, but I don't know where to go to get that incremental growth. All I've been doing is trying to join every shiny object to hope that I can start that growth. Well, here you finally found home, and you can settle in and know that X4 is going to be paying you your Bitcoin. Then you can say, okay, Robert, what was those other ones that you mentioned? I have an extra $500 in Bitcoin because I made it from you the last, you know, 6 weeks or whatever. I'm going to take $200 to pay my car payment. I'm going to put $300 in USI or BitConnect or Mint Builder. I'm going to start acquiring gold and silver or Bitcoin. And then you also may want to even go to like Coin Market Cap and look at the top 20 ICOs, all the coins, and you may want to start buying Ethereum, Zcash, Dash, Merino, and taking some of the money you're making from X4 and go to Bittrex, Polymex. So, you know, there's some wallets that you can buy different tokens. And you want to get into a point where you're taking your money and buying other cryptos because they're going through the roof. All of them are. At least the ones that if you know what you're doing. And how do you learn those? By sticking around with guys like me. If you stick with me, I can make you free, right? You just got to drop the ego, be willing to learn, be willing to work hard. And at the end of the day, all we're doing, folks, is trying to help and work together. And then the more that we work together, the more that we can help and the more that we can make. The more that you make, the more that you can share. Make sense? All right. So getting back, I'm going to got some pizza being delivered. Round Table. I freaking love Round Table. I do the King Arthur Supreme. Yeah, it's money. And I always have to get a pepperoni because my wife only likes pepperoni. But I like the Supreme, baby. With my Blue Moon. I'm probably going to open a bottle of wine. And then I'll just be online, man. Popping and popping. I'm updating boards, sending Bitcoin. It's a beautiful thing. And like I said, just, you know, net. It's all about sticking together, folks. It sucks out there. It's tough to make money online. You know how it is. You know, most people, you don't have to have me tell you, they're in it for their own deal, man. Blackmail. Who's talking about blackmail? Really? Didi. Sounds like blackmail to me. Everyone needs to have a choice, right? Sorry, I don't get to hear about it. So Didi Millie, I have never seen your name because you're probably new and you already are a problem child, right? And I reserve the right to kick anyone out and do whatever I want. And so, but I'm really doing it for your own good. And if you want to come just play at the casino, throw your chips over the wall and, you know, make some money, you can do that for a little bit. I'll let you slide. Right, but it won't go forever because I don't play like that. And so blackmail. Anyway, see that's what people's thinking are just so. This is why we have all these problems in the world. It's like, how can someone construe what I've been saying, what I've been doing, what we're doing? We're changing people's lives. For the first time, people are finally realizing, you know, how money is made, how to leverage a network, how to refer, how to invite, how to finally start making a small amount of Bitcoin into a large amount of Bitcoin and getting, you know, into the solid long-term programs, all this stuff. And you have someone that I haven't even seen and they're probably just joined or they're just thinking about joining making comments like that. You know why? And I make this analogy, a few times. It's like, and there's no shade, or it's just an analogy or a metaphor. Most people online have lost so much money, and they're almost like this dog in the cage that's been beaten their whole life, right? And they're bitter, they're angry. All they want to do is just to, they're just so, and it's not their fault, right? Because they've been misled by all the people that are so unscrupulous, and all the scammers that are out there, and people that just have no conscience. They can steal money from their own mother, right? That's most of the people working, that are the admins out there. I know a lot of them. But it's that beaten dog, right? And so with the Bitcoin X4, you're welcome to come to the Unified Bitcoin. We'll open that cage, and we'll take you out, and we'll start to feed and pet and love you and show you that there's a different way in life. It's not about hate and beating and anger and angst. It's about love and forgiveness and help. And all of a sudden, we turn those people around. Now, some people are so broken that they'll never be turned around, and, God's peace, and then I unfriend or block, and I have to move on. But all I do every day, folks, 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, is try to help you, right? Make your life better. And all it is sticking with something consistently, and then trying to make a difference. And then when people are saying that we're forcing you to do, anyway, that's the beauty with this, running your own program, and especially with Facebook. Poof. DD who? I lose your profile pretty quickly. Yeah, I like the sound of hanging. Yeah, so the strategy, though, folks, is to build up and then get to a point where you're in $200, $400, $800 boards, and so you have a consistent cash flow running. And how we do it is we're all working and sticking together as a team to make that cash flow run. It's just sharing amongst each other at the end of the day. Yeah, I mean, it's everyone's choice to be here or not. And then all I'm saying is, obviously, Didi, you're being honest. So yeah, I appreciate your honesty. But you got some stinking thinking there, right? So one can be honest, but one can be screwed up in the head too, right? So there's two different things. It's called transformation, right? And the only time you're ever going to become successful in life is to get out of that mode of, thinking that and saying stuff like that. It's just, there's no, anyway, she's talking crazy now. That's what Vincent says. Yeah, I mean, seriously, this is why it's so messed up on Earth and the whole planet is this. But thank goodness, right? There's good always prevails. Evil may really rear its ugly head, and then you may lose loved ones against evil. You may lose a lot against evil. Evil resides on Earth. We come down into Earth to battle the good versus evil. It's like Game of Thrones. You know what I'm saying? The good guys always win at the end, whether you know it or not. Sometimes it doesn't feel that way. All right, I got to run. Love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I'll be online and working as much as possible. Tonight, another 3-4 hours updating. Yeah, we don't need any nonsense. Is right. I don't need anyone's Bitcoin. If they're going to take, I call it taking any attitude or having any type of, like that. No thanks. So happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. I'll be working tonight, and then tomorrow I'm going to be traveling. I'll be on the road, so I'll be my wife drives. Someone says, well, don't be texting while you're driving. My wife drives. I sit in the driver's seat, or excuse me, the passenger seat, and all I do is check my messages, and I try to send board links, and I try to tell people, then I check into the hotel, I get on my laptop, then I can do boards and payments. Then Thanksgiving is Thursday, of course, where I'll be watching football, eating turkeys, sharing time with family. Friday, I drive back. So Friday night, I'll just be decompressing. Come Saturday, we'll have our Zoom meeting, and then boom, right back at it. But then the whole time, I'll be checking my phone, and the business runs. So just, I guess what the net is, just be patient. Understand that, everyone needs a little time. And we're not going anywhere. That's the final thing. I'm going to be here the rest of my life, and hopefully I live a long, fruitful life. This is how I make my living, 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't just disappear and say, oh, sorry, we got hacked, and I disappear. No. So come after Thanksgiving, you're all, you gain 10 pounds, and you're ready to make money again on Saturday, your positions are still locked in. You don't even need a board link because it's time, date stamped. As soon as you send your Bitcoin, your 15-day, your 30-day clock starts. So the point is relax. It's all good. All right. Peace out.